Hello everyone, in this video I will show you the performance for this very ancient but still capable notebook. This is a Santech C75, which is actually a Clevo P95 XER, something like that. This is 8th generation i7, 6 core, 12 threads, and my model has a 1060 and a very sad, like very beautiful but sad 4K screen, because this absolutely doesn't have the power to drive this amount of pixels in games, but FSR saves the day. Now the machine is heavily undervolted, and I also set the power limit to 27 watts. And this is very important to get the best graphics performance, as the system has a huge 3 heat pipe system cooling, and 2 of the heat pipes are shared between CPU and GPU. So the heat that you can actually take out from the system is shared, and the CPU will contribute to the GPU heat. So as you take out some CPU power, you have more room for your GPU to breathe. And yeah, in my testing, in my experience, about 20 to 30 watts is about where you have the best efficiency for this 6-core CPU, and so that's where you want to stay. And again, most of the games are going to be heavily GPU limited, so that's one of the most important settings for the system to be able to perform properly in games. Now my offsets are about 140 on the CPU, 103, 104 on the iGPU on slice and GPU, these are tied, and about 80 on the system agent so far. This seems to be stable in the games I've tested and the programs I've tested. But of course, these are my settings for my particular sample, and this is all about the silicon lottery. So every CPU will have slightly different values, but this helps you with a kind of an understanding of how the expected behavior should be. And remember, again, the CPU core and CPU cache are tied, so it will apply the lowest one between the two of the one you set. So I can actually set, like here, I could go and do 250, for example, and nothing will happen because this is not actually happening. It will still keep 140. And the same goes for the iGPU. I can set 250 here, and nothing will happen because the iGPU as slice is keeping the value tied to 103. The system agent is totally untied to anything else. I have also overclocked with MSI Afterburner. This is my final setting. Didn't see any difference between different core values in performance, but it did crash with a higher core value. I know that you should be undervolting, but I can get around this curve situation. I don't really understand how that works. I mean, I do understand how it works, but it doesn't seem to I don't know, I can't seem to cap the voltage at some point. I cannot seem to, I mean, I'm just applying a curve offset to everything, and I guess the TDP will take care of the limit. That's what I went with so far. Yeah, I should really maybe look at some tutorials. I've seen people like trying to set a hard limit by setting a very high point on the curve, something like that, but I haven't understood how to do that. So now it's 180, and I mean, it didn't give me performance benefits on 20 mark, but going higher would crash. So the memory, of course, is very important, and this is working very fine. This is improving the scores a lot. So my preset here is custom, which is a mixture of medium settings with the performance upscaling. I'm gonna take out the anisotropy to like 4x, because I think that's really not really important. And the texture set to high. Let's see how it runs with 4K resolution. And we're getting a very cinematic 27 FPS here inside of the building. This is the benchmark scene. We were getting around 25, so this is not really playable. I guess we could play with the FSR settings and get like a even lower initial resolution. We can try that and see what happens. And the images are super sharp and clear. It's really beautiful to see. So here's the performance, about 26 FPS average. Apparently it doesn't allow me to go below 50 as the minimum resolution. This is very sad. as otherwise I'm pretty sure that we could be running much better, even if running at 30% resolution as starting resolution for the render. And I know I'm recording from a phone, but the very huge problem with this machine is that if I set everything to full HD, the game just looks blurry. The menus just looks blurry and awful. And yeah, that's how really FSR saved the day for this machine. It would have been huge even back then, when this GPU was kind of a little bit more capable, but it was totally not possible to play 4K even when this machine was brand new with this system. And it's incredibly better now with FSR available. If only they would allow me to set the proper scaling in all games. Like, this game doesn't have ultra performance mode for FSR, sadly. Arc Raiders is a game that looks amazing on this machine. The optimization is definitely there. We're currently running at about 50 FPS, and that's where it usually settles, between 45 and 55 FPS. I have no stutters for some reason, because we are GPU limited actually, yes, that makes sense. So CPU time is about 40 milliseconds, 14, while GPU time is about 18, 19. And this is with 4K ultra performance FSR, and most settings are set to low, some of them are medium. That's so for 4K resolution, ultra performance FSR, this is the key to get the proper performance on this machine. Medium view distance, low anti-aliasing, medium shadows, high textures, and everything set to low. Yeah, the game looks just so good. Perfectly playable. This also is helped by the fact that this is a third-person shooter, so you don't need more than 60 FPS really. I can feel some choppiness here and there, but it's a perfectly enjoyable experience. I played 3 hours of that last night. Couldn't stop really. And the 4K display is actually gorgeous. Like, this is a legit machine that will give you a huge, like, very nice experience in this game. And I just can't stop playing that. Yeah, the machine is very noisy. I don't know if you can tell from the video, but it's definitely something you want to play with headphones on. But I'm just amazed by the fact that this old thing with a 4K display looks so good, performs so well. Another thing that I didn't point out before with the settings on throttle stop, that are the most important ones, is the fact that with the TDP limit, I don't get as much stuttering as. And yeah, again, the settings with the turbo power limit here is very important to prevent stuttering during the game, like drops of FPS, because it prevents the CPU from reaching actually 100 degrees. As you can see, the maximum temperature I got was 79 degrees during the session of playing. It will eventually get to 93 after 3 hours of use again, and yeah, that is something that of course you have to keep watch. This machine has been repasted with some like normal commercial thermal paste, like no branded thermal paste. I guess with some PTM 7950 you will get better results, of course, but this is just to give you an idea of the performance and anyone can get with a normal system after repasting, maybe with Arctic MX5 MX6 thermal paste. And yeah, that is all for the video. Ciao.